Okay. I'm putting the screen on sharing, and we will now take up the first, the first empire, yes, first empire.
तो 1 बजेगा कम से
Okay,
कम नोट नाम
let us begin. Switch off your mics. Please switch off your mics. Kashvi, Prapti, please switch off your mics, beta. Kashvi, switch off your mic, child. Thank you. My screen is sharing. I hope you can see it. Let us take it. Okay, the first empire. Now, before we begin this, let me just quickly brief up what we did earlier and how this chapter links it with the history of what we have been reading and studying. Now, we talked of early man as farmers, herders, the Paleolithic
Ma'am,
age,
please
that
tell
is
the
the
page
stone
number.
age. And the page number in my book is 37.
Ma'am,
Yeah, pardon. First empire. Please switch off your mics once you are through. So we talked of the farmers and herders. We talked of the Paleolithic age when the man was using the stone tools, gradually shifting to copper tools in Chalcolithic age, then coming the Neo-Paleolithic age. Then gradually, this, early man started living a settled life with the invention of the wheel, with the invention of fire. He started mending his ways and living. Earlier, he was a food gatherer. Later on, he turned out to be a food producer with the onset of agriculture. Then we talked of the great kingdoms which were emerging, and how were these kingdoms emerging? These are small people grouped together, they formed clans. These clans grew in size, they formed villages, and then gradually number of villages with one powerful head, they formed kingdoms. We read about Janpadas and Mahajanpadas. We talked of monarchy and we talked of republican forms of government. So it is then in that period the first empire came into being. That means the first kingdom with proper fortification, with proper forts built all around to protect it from all, to have a stable army, to have a well administrative setup, that is called an empire. And we know when we were reading the Janpadas and Mahajanpadas, we came to know that Magad was the one which came out to be a very powerful Janpada and was the one of the Mahajanpadas. So, taking that into account, we now take up the first empire, which is the last chapter we'll cover now, for history for the final term. After we finish this chapter, we'll come to an end of the history syllabus as well. So here we begin the first empire, the chapter with the heading, What is an Empire? As I told you, a well-established kingdom. Let us read about it. The first empire to be established in India was the Mauryas. An empire is larger than a kingdom. It is protected by a large army. Empires usually are ruled by a dynasty. A dynasty is formed when members of the same family become rulers one after another. The Mauryan dynasty had three great rulers, Chandragupta Maurya, Bindusara, and Ashoka the Great. So now here very sweetly and very subtly, they have told you the difference between a kingdom and an empire. Now, kingdom is a area governed by a king, whether he is a whether the kingdom is of monarchy, that means a king or a queen is ruling, or it is a republican form of government. So, but it is different from empire because it is well fortified, well established, and it had one ruler after another, number of powerful kings of the same dynasty ruling over for a longer period of time to be called the kingdom being called as empire. I hope the meaning is clear and the difference is clear. Now, they told us that Magad came out to be a very powerful kingdom. And now we know that the Mauryas, that means the Mauryans who were ruling the Magad kingdom, the Mauryans were the Chandragupta Maurya, Bindusara, and Ashoka. These were the Mauryas. Like you all have your surnames, they had it as Mauryas. So they came out to be very powerful rulers, one after the other, ruling the kingdom. And it was then that this empire came to be known as an empire instead of being called a kingdom. Okay, now we'll read about Chandragupta Maurya. Now, the first thing that you need to know is remember the dates. 321 BC to 297 BC was the time when Chandragupta Maurya occupied the. Now, stands for before Christ. That means before the birth of the empires which were earlier there in the ancient Indian history. The first empire which came out was the Mauryan Empire under the leadership of Chandragupta Maurya, a very able king. Now, Chandragupta founded the Mauryan Empire with the help of Chanakya. Chanakya was an important minister in the court of the Nanda rulers. He was ill treated by the Nanda king Dhanananda and took a vow to destroy his kingdom. He met Chandragupta in the Vindhya forest. As Chanakya was well versed in politics and the affairs of the state, he trained Chandragupta and helped him raise an army. Thus, with Chanakya's help, Chandragupta overthrew the last Nanda ruler and became the king. Chanakya was appointed chief minister in the court of Chandragupta. So now they are telling that Chandragupta Maurya he established the Mauryan Empire with the help of a able man, a very learned man called Chanakya. He was also known as Kautilya. Okay, so he was a very able man who worked in the court of the Nanda rulers. If you remember, Nanda rulers were ruling before the Mauryas. The Magad Empire was ruled by the Nanda rulers. You remember? So it was then these Nanda rulers were very cruel rulers and they basically gave a lot of disrespect to this man called Chanakya. And feeling that, he left the kingdom and took a vow to destroy the Nanda rulers, especially Dhanananda, who was the last Nanda ruler. Okay. And he was on his way out of the kingdom when in the Vindhya mountains. You remember, you just now have read about the Vindhyas in your geography. So the Vindhyas, there in the forest of Vindhyas, he met a small little boy called Chandragupta. And since Chanakya was a very learned man, he was well versed in politics. He knew everything about politics. So he started training Chandragupta and he helped him to raise his army, keep a good army, and he prepared him to throw the Nanda rulers. And it was Chandragupta Maurya who finally overthrew the Nanda ruler, the last Nanda ruler, and he himself became the king. And once he became the king, he appointed Chanakya as his chief minister. Please underline. After establishing his power in Magad, he began his campaign against Seleucus. Seleucus Nicator was one of Alexander's generals. He was left behind by Alexander to look after the conquered territories. Territories were areas west of the Indus. After the prolonged struggle, Chandragupta defeated Seleucus in 305 for now, after establishing himself as a ruler of Magad. Chandragupta had to face the next coming up problem by extending his campaign against Seleucus Nicator. Now, Seleucus Nicator was a man who came along with Alexander. You remember Alexander the Great who had conquered India? So he had come, and after Alexander went away back to his kingdom in Macedonia, he had appointed Seleucus Nicator as his able general to look after the territories which he had conquered, which Alexander had conquered. Okay. So now when Seleucus Nicator was looking after these territories, he proclaimed himself to be the ruler of those territories. Chandragupta went, and after a long struggle, he was able to defeat this uh, man called Seleucus Nicator. Okay, he annexed the entire Punjab and areas across the Indus River. Seleucus had also to sign a peace treaty in which he gave away Kabul, Gandhar, and parts of Persia. Chandragupta also married the daughter of Seleucus. In this way, Chandragupta became the undisputed ruler of northern India. Chandragupta also conquered parts of central India and united the whole of northern India under Mauryan rule. He ruled for about 25 years. He became a Jain ascetic and left his throne for his son Bindusara. So now you know, after a long uh, series of conquests, he even occupied the area near Punjab and the Indus River, okay, across the Indus River. Now, he made Seleucus sign a peace treaty in which he said that he would be the supreme king, Chandragupta would be the king, and Seleucus had to follow him. And in return, he gave Kabul, Gandhar, and parts of Persia to Seleucus. He also married Seleucus's daughter. Chandragupta married his daughter so that he should not again proclaim himself a king, because once he gave away his daughter, he knew that he would look after mutually. So, in this way, the northern India was properly ruled, and it was Chandragupta who became the undisputed ruler over there. He conquered nearly central India and united the whole of northern India under his empire. Later on in his life, he became the ascetic. Ascetic means a sannyasi or a priest. Okay. And he gave away his kingdom to his son Bindusara. Now, sources of information. From where do we get this information is very, and we are going to read this. Okay, there are two sources of information about the Mauryas. Two important literary sources, Chanakya's Arthashastra and Megasthenes Indica. Please underline, Chanakya wrote a book called Arthashastra and Megasthenes wrote a book called Indica. Now give us a complete picture of the administration under Chandragupta. So these two sources, these two books are a complete source of knowledge of this period. They tell us the administrative life, etc. Now the first chapter, Arthashastra, tells us about how to govern an empire and describe the administration of the Mauryas. So the book called Arthashastra by Chanakya tells us more about the governing part, how a king should rule, what all should be followed, what rules and regulations the Mauryans had to follow, and they followed also. Then the other book, Megasthenes Indica, tells us about the political, social, and economic conditions of people during this period. Now, the other book, Megasthenes, the book written by Megasthenes called Indica, tells not only about administration, it talks of politics, it talks of social and economic life of the people at that time and how they lived and how was the administration in the kingdom governed, looked after under the chronology. These you are supposed to learn. Chandragupta Maurya, the time period for which he ruled. After him was Bindusara, and then King Ashoka. We stop here for today. I hope the explanation is clear to each one of you till here.
Yes, ma'am.
Good.
Bye. Bye, ma'am. Have a nice day, ma'am.
Bye, child.
Excuse me, ma'am.